finished the story!
It's time. It's time for the main event. I can't do it as well as John, so I apologise.
Shall I give it a go? I don't think I've
go for it.
ever give it a go.
Yeah, go for it.
It's time. It's time for your main event.
That's better than me. Welcome everybody to another weekly episode of the main event. I am Matt. That's Ted. As you can tell, there's only two of us. Naomi, there's three. John has got some shit going on, so he's dealing with that. He's getting on with it, and we are getting on with the main event. But as we always start, Ted, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing well, mate. I've got 8 shifts left, and then I'm off for near enough a month, mate.
There.
So I can't wait. My back's playing up a little bit.
Oh, don't get me started on backs, mate. Don't get me started on backs.
I'll be doing like 25,000 step days.
Yeah, you'll be doing a lot of walking, so you need to sort that out.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be sound.
I
don't know what I'll come back like. When I come back, I might need some serious chiropractor work, but let's see. I'll make sure.
I need that now. I just don't know when. I haven't got any money for any. So yeah. No, but good, mate. Good. I'm all good. Well, it is what it is at the end of the day. But we move. WrestleMania wise, I have 9 shifts left.
Ooh.
But 2 of them are nights. I say nights. I start at 8 in the evening and finish at 4:30. But on Saturday, the clocks go forward an hour, so I actually finish at 5:30. So it is what it is. It's more. It's an extra £1 on top. Thanks, McDonald's. So yeah, it is what it is. But we do these things because we need the fucking dollar.
Hey, you gotta pay the bills, man. You gotta pay the bills.
In my case, you fucking don't. So we've got an agenda today. We're not just gonna jump into the news like we normally do. We've got a bit of an agenda. We thought we'd try to do something differently. I was up at very early hours.
I thought,
excuse me,
ladies and gents, I thought I was up early, and then Matt stayed up later than I did.
I didn't stay up. I fell asleep and woke up.
So I was up till I think like 3:30, 4 a.m.
I went bed as soon as after Raw had finished in the UK. Was it 9:30, 10 o'clock? 10 o'clock, I think.
Yeah.
Finished at 10. We stayed. Oh, about 10 actually finished because it was the main event when it Braun and Penta. We stayed on and had a chat, and you were helping me with something. I decided to go and have waffles and ice cream because I had some waffles I bought from ages ago.
Yeah, waffles.
Yeah, I had waffles. With caramel salted ice cream with some syrup on top. It was beautiful. Then I thought, right, I'm going to go to bed because we're doing it at 12:30. Need to get up, do some washing, blah, blah, blah. I woke up a couple of hours later. So I've literally been up since about 3:30 I woke up. So I've been up since 3:30. People wonder why I fall asleep as I'm editing. This is the reason why. Because I just don't sleep. But yeah, excuse me. So in the middle of the night, I thought, do you know what? We'll do an agenda. We'll see how we get on. So we're going to kick things off with talking about SmackDown. SmackDown this week was from Bologna, Italiano. I'm sorry for all the Italian people that are watching it going, you fucking bastards. What I will say is you lot were incredible that night. The audience were on fire. Singing Orton's song all the way through, Cody's song all the way through, Punk's all the way through, mate. And the reactions you were giving, even giving Zelina a bit of a reaction when she towards the end of the match. I thought you did European crowds well.
Yeah, you did.
As did the Spanish crowd the week before, and the Glasgow crowd last night. Excuse me. So we'll all talk about the Naomi heel attack on Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill faced Liv Morgan, which was set up the week before, and Liv obviously is upset that Jade never came out on social media and defended her and said it weren't Jade. It wasn't Liv or Raquel. It was Naomi or all will be revealed soon. So Liv's got beef with Jade for that. Naomi came out, cost Jade the match, her first match back. Liv won, and attacked her. Now my question, now she's a heel. I agree with what Booker T says, but I want to get your opinion. Is this the best thing for Naomi?
Yes. She needs to drop the glow. And she needs a gimmick change of some sort. What that is, I couldn't tell you. I'll be honest. I was gonna say she needs to lead in maybe more to the bloodline-ish side of things, that she can be a bit of entitled, like because she has got a good wrestling lineage. Like, she has had a mint career, and with Jade being relatively new, she could play off that she's the veteran. She's done it all before. Is saying you stroll through the door, get all these opportunities thrown at you, and saying I don't like that. That's how this character should play out. I don't want it to be whiny though. I don't want it to be a whiny heel, if that makes sense. Because I feel that promo she did with Bianca was sick, and she was just doing it for a friend. So, but yeah, in answer to your question, yes.
Cool.
So she should be going here.
Booker T has commented on it, as Booker T always does.
Oh yeah, man! What did my guy have to say?
He said, "I love it. It's something I've been thinking about for quite some time. I said when she left the company and came back to the company and she was still the same person. It kind of threw me off a little bit. But this change right here definitely is something I feel like is going to give her a lot more wind in her sails to actually get some work done. That's going to put her in a position to work with a lot of different people that are at that level. And that's one thing about this business. Even if you're not, for instance, in the main event, it's not your time. You still want to be working with the person that is in the main event. That's her ticket right now, all the way to the top." I agree with Booker. I think her being heel gives her the opportunity to work with the likes of Tiff, because Tiff, let's face it, Tiff's a babyface.
Yeah.
Rhea, Io, Bianca. You know, the top babyfaces in the company.
Tell you what I'd like to see, right? No, at WrestleMania, this is one. I would like to see Naomi potentially lose to Jade, giving Jade the win. But then Naomi cosplay Bianca at Mania. I mean, leading to Bianca versus Naomi moving forward. So I don't want to see Bianca with that belt again.
Okay.
For a little longer. So I just want a little bit of a...
When was the last time Bianca had that title?
Did she have it last year's Mania?
No.
Did she have it the year before's Mania? Yes.
39. So it's been nearly 2 years.
Yeah, I feel she needs some more time. There's other people I want to see with that belt before her. Or people to get a bit of a run. I want to see EO get a bit more of a run. I wouldn't mind. See, for me, Mami should be champion a lot of the time.
We're talking about Raw soon.
Yeah.
We're going to get onto Raw soon. But I know what you mean with Bianca. I know what you mean.
Yeah. And I don't want to...
Sorry.
I want to give her a legitimate reason for losing. Like, not... Like, if that makes sense, I'd rather her loss propel another storyline. Like, then it can be like Naomi and Bianca is, I did all this for you.
Yeah.
And you left me high and dry.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I can see that. Yeah, for me, it gives her the opportunity to work with more people. With being a babyface, when you're mixed in with Bianca and Jade, it's hard for you to go forward and do something on your own because you're following in their footsteps. On your own, you've got the likes. You could team up with the likes of Liv and Raquel, and then face Enio and Asuka, Akira when they come back, at Dakota. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it gives her more of an avenue to watch. I feel like heel characters have got more of an avenue to walk down than baby faces.
Yeah, it does. It makes a lot more
In terms of character wise. So
yeah, it does.
Staying on SmackDown, we had a interaction between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. Obviously, their match at WrestleMania is for the WWE Women's Championship. I watched the promo. I wasn't impressed overly with it. I don't think we need a brawl every week between them.
No, we don't.
But I also think the promo thing that they did on screen didn't work. I thought, and you said, who was it? Sorry, he said
Storm Ross Sapp.
Sean Sapp. So he said it made Tiff look shit. She came out the worst of it. I don't agree.
So it's his words. I'll quote him out. So there was some other people that felt like Tiffany was put in a sink or swim situation. They didn't say that she sank. It's just Charlotte Flair is a better swimmer. So
I don't disagree with him on that aspect in terms of Charlotte being better, because Charlotte is better on the mic. We know that for a fact. But I don't agree where he says it was sink or swim for Tiff, because it's not. Tiff has already proved that she is up there and should be fighting Charlotte at WrestleMania. She's already done that with the brawl last week, did it? In Spain.
Yeah, all day.
I hated the segment between them both. I don't think it did any of them favours. One, Charlotte couldn't smile with all the plastic
She's
in her
had
face.
too much. Yeah, she's had.
I don't know what she's done, but I don't like it. And that's her prerogative. She can do what she wants with her body. I'm not here to tell what she can and can't do. But as a wrestling fan, I don't like it. And I do think Tiff sometimes is a bit cheesy on the mic. But I think that's just her character. The Barbie girl kind of character that can kick ass. Daddy's girl kind of thing. So it didn't kill her. It wasn't sink or swim.
I disagree with the sink or swim moment.
We have got another 4 weeks till Mania, 3 weeks till Mania. So I think she's fine. I don't think we've got an issue there. Where are we heading with the US title, do you think?
I don't know, because I'm hoping that Jimmy gets put in there to win it, but I don't. I think Jacob and Solo are going to cancel each other out, and that'll lead to a match at Mania. But it's when, but Jimmy now seems to be over on Raw, sort of dealing with Jay's business with Gunther. Which I don't mind that, but I just think we'll get on to Raw, actually, and I'll explain this more. But I hope that we get some sort of multi-man match, mate, if I'm honest. But it looks like we're probably going to get that with the IC, and I'm not sure how many multi-man matches they'll want to do.
Well, I mean, last year they did the big tag match. So
Yeah.
they'll probably do... I can see them doing 2 for both mid-card titles.
Yeah.
But I can also see him always doing it for the Intercontinental and having a one-on-one match for the US title between someone else. Yeah, LA Knight and somebody else. I think the issue you've got on SmackDown is, even though it's 3 hours, I don't think you've got enough mid-carders that poses a threat to LA Knight. Now, people can say, well, they've got Jacob Fatu. But it looks like we're going down the Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa route. So there's that. You've got Priest and McIntyre, but they're facing each other at WrestleMania by the looks of things.
I don't mind that.
I'd rather Drew and Priest do something else in terms of titles, rather than a non-meaningful match in Mania. But that's my point of view.
Yeah, I get it.
Shinsuke again. We could go down that route with Andrade and Carmelo. but then you're just pulling up old rivalries for no reason. Although Andrade's not been seen on TV. We also got Rey Fenix debuting very soon. And Malachi. Or Alistair, whatever he's coming back as.
Yeah, Malachi, Black,
So
Alistair Malachi. Right.
yeah, so we still got potential Rey Fenix to win the US title. And Penta to win the Intercontinental title on Raw. We still got the potential of that.
I really want I really want Jimmy to win it though, but
No, I
get
know.
what you mean.
I know, and I want Jimmy to win it. But at this point, unless something happens on SmackDown, I can't see Jimmy being put into the US title. Unless something drastic happens. And then the other thing I want to speak about, and I wanted to do this with John as well. We'll get John's thoughts next week. CM Punk. Now, the ending of SmackDown ended with Roman coming out and being serenaded by the Italian fans, singing "There's Only One Tribal Chief," and Punk them singing his song, and Seth doing his song as well. I fear Punk's winning the match to give him his WrestleMania moment.
Yeah.
In the main event. I don't think it shits on Roman and Seth, but I also agree with what John said yesterday on the Raw live stream. He has no business being in that match.
No, he doesn't.
Now, Vince Russo, and it is Vince Russo, so we take it with a pinch of salt. Vince Russo has said there is no... CM Punk has no connection with Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns to be in that match.
Yeah.
I disagree there. Obviously, he's just had a big feud with Seth. And he's got the wise man shit with Paul Heyman. Plus, Roman beat him in 2014 before he left.
Yeah, he did.
However, I do not think Punk belongs... He looks like a child standing on that announce desk after... And then Roman hit both with steel steps, and he was still getting up. Thoughts?
Still dumb. I hate it. I'd like to say he's gone. So I'll be honest. I go through patches with CM Punk, and I'm not saying this just to the wind up of John. There's some weeks I like him, like in LFG this week. He was good. He was...
Yeah, that's his out of character, though, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But for me, it's just an odd... It's just a weird build to this whole thing. Because it should just be Seth versus Roman. That's the match everyone wants. Because Seth still... He hasn't beat Seth one-on-one. See if I, to my
He tapped him out, didn't he? Royal Rumble.
It were a DQ. Seth got to the ropes, he didn't let go.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you remember, it's a DQ finish.
No, I remember that completely different. Fair enough.
See, the match on the... No, on the thingy game. On the showcase.
I'm not there yet.
It does it on that as well. That it doesn't tap. You see, so I'm now...
Then. If it's on the game, he must not tap.
No, like, Roman, he gets the... Right, say, I'm just double checking. No, when you're just not sure of something. Give me literally a second just to fact check myself. It was last year's Mania, weren't it? Rumble, sorry.
No. 22.
Okay, now that were time ago. Where are the years flying?
Is it 22? 21. Whatever year WrestleMania 38 was.
Yeah, it was
22.
the year before. 22. Right, 22. Come on. Right, here we go. And scroll down. Yeah, it was by DQ.
Okay.
That he won.
So he's never beat him then.
He's never beat Seth one-on-one. Seth was the last person to beat him before Cody did. Well, Jade.
I'm thinking about it. It does. I'm in two minds with it. I don't want him in there because I just want Roman and Seth because that's what we want. And that's how it should be. No titles on the line. Two people that have beef with each other for history. How it should be. However, Punk does have Punk can be put into it. Punk has had beef with Roman. 2014.
Yeah.
Roman beat him. And then I spoke about him in the past, about him being a crybaby and walking away and trying to run the company down, blah blah blah. And he's been asked about CM Punk in the past. He's got tons of beef with Seth and everything that's gone on between them two. So the history wise, there is stuff there for CM Punk to be put into that match. However, it's not the match fans want. CM Punk, as much as John probably hates me saying this, CM Punk should be in the main event of WrestleMania against Cena and Cody. Or
yeah, it should be.
It should be Cody and Punk. That's how it should have been. Not because I want Punk in the main event, but because storyline wise, the way they were going, it makes more sense. However, we've not got there. We've got the triple threat match. Punk looks like a child next to them both. We know how. I'm not going to go into Roman's accomplishments or Seth's because we know what they are. But they're much more accomplished than CM Punk. And pre-2014, I loved CM Punk. He was amazing to me. Summer of Punk was one of the best summers in the world. Ever in the history of wrestling. It was fantastic. And you won't probably get better in my point of view. You probably could. But I don't know one recently.
So it's been... Sorry. I apologise. I fact-checked myself, people. He has beat him twice.
He has beat him.
He's beaten him twice. But it's been 10 years since he's beat him. Last time Roman beat him was... that was by DQ. 2017. So
I thought I'd beat him in the past.
So it's been 8 years since he's got a win, and they've fought quite a few different times.
So, the match we want is Roman and Punk. Roman and Seth.
Yeah.
We've got Punk thrown in. I don't want Punk in the match, but Punk is in the match. He's probably going to win to give him his main event moment.
Yay, because he deserves it.
I mean, perfectly honest
There's been two promos that things have been said about CM Punk, and I agree with them both. CM Punk took his ball home. Not like Stone Cold did. He left and shit on everybody.
No, I agree. I do agree. And listen, I've said this when he came back. Right, CM Punk in 2024, 2023 when he came back, 2023, 24, 25, I ain't CM Punk's biggest fan. I'm not. However, I won't hear a bad word said about CM Punk pre-2014. I won't.
Oh, no, I agree. Up until when he left, yeah.
I agree that he shit on the company, he walked away, but plenty of wrestlers have fucking done it. Let's face it. I can name you a handful of AEW guys that have done it that no doubt if WWE came running, they'll go, yeah, well, okay, we'll go back. There is no doubt about it.
Yeah.
People do it. They shit on the company. I did it. And I want to go back. People shit on the company. It's what happens. And as much as he absolutely he dug it to the ground and did it like, in a way that he tried to get Vince done for not looking after him and blah, 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 and all this shit. There's been worse things than CM Punk doing that.
Yeah, there has
There's
massively.
been worse things. However,
the thing that it's like. So I'll use this isn't a dig at you, Matt. So don't take it this way. He doesn't deserve the fans. It's like Man United don't deserve the fan support that they've got. That's the way I feel about CM Punk. Everyone chants his names everywhere they go, and for me, he hasn't done anything to deserve that loyalty.
I don't know why I said don't take offence, because you said nothing there for me to take offence to.
I didn't mean it's a dig at Man United. It would like.
Oh, mate, how many times do I have to tell you? Well, shit.
Yeah. That's my best way to put it in like knowing a term that
The
everyone
one thing
will
I will
understand.
say about, it's like I'm defending him, but I'm not. One thing I will say about Punk is he's always said his fans are the main reason he still get going, and he tried to do different things. So I mean, that's why they still chant for him, because look at Hogan.
Yeah.
As much as I don't like bringing him up, look, talking about the wrestler, look at Chris Benoit.
Okay.
We talk about him in a light in wrestling because he was fantastic as a wrestler. But after what he did, we don't.
Yeah.
CM Punk pre-2014 was fucking amazing. After that, we talk about him like shit because of what he did. Not to the extreme that Benoit did, but he tried to run the business he tried to run WWE out of business. However, he still has loyal fans. Chris Benoit still has loyal fans.
Yeah.
And as much as we agree, he doesn't deserve to be in the main event of WrestleMania. He doesn't deserve a world title. And he doesn't deserve the praise he gets off people. I can see why fans chant him. I can see why. Because he's their cult hero. He's the one that turned around, dropped the pipe bomb and went, well, this ain't happening on my watch, we're going to do it like this. He's the one that ran out of money in the bank with a title with no contract signed.
Yeah, that's what I think hurts me the most is he went about being the voice of the voiceless. Like he was the voice of what us as fans wanted to be, wanted him, and then he left us in the lurch and left us to Vince's machine. That's you said. I know he probably was just all storyline, but like maybe not as say because I know how he is. But that's the thing that I think annoys,
What was storyline?
upsets. Yeah, but no, it upsets. Not upsets, not the right word, but no, that's where my beef comes from.
Yeah, no. And listen, I completely get it, and I will forever say that I don't want CM Punk in any main event on any pay-per-view unless it's him getting beat up by Roman or someone. But I said it when he came back. I can see why WWE brought him back. Ka-ching, ka-ching,
Oh yeah,
ka-ching.
definitely. It's money.
And he's done nothing wrong up to this point to say anything bad about him. He's not gone in there and he's not kicked off with Seth Rollins. He's not kicked off with Drew McIntyre. I mean, I'm saying that on TV he has, but I mean backstage wise, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not got on the wrong side of Triple H. He's gone down to NXT and helped the youngsters. He's helping on LFG. He's doing media. He's now Triple H's little puppy. You do this for me. It's not like AEW with Tony Khan where he gets to run riot. He has to do WWE shit.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between the two companies. But that's a different story. CM Punk doesn't deserve to be in the main event of WrestleMania. But he's going to be in the main event of WrestleMania. And
yeah, he is. Yeah.
he's probably going to win the world title. Or the WWE title in the space this year. From Cena.
That's
Do
gonna
I
be
like
a fun
it?
episode.
Nope. However, bar him eliminating Roman and talking shit about Roman on TV, storyline wise, I don't have an issue with CM Punk. I don't. But I don't think he deserves to be in this story with Seth and Roman. But if he was in a story for the title, or in with something like, I don't know, Finn Balor, I'd be okay with it. But it's annoying me because he's been put into this storyline and win this triple threat match when I'd rather, 90% of fans would rather have Roman versus Seth.
Yeah, of course.
To end it, end the beef, and it's done. Moving on to Dynamite. I didn't watch Dynamite. I'm not gonna sit and pretend I watched Dynamite. There's a couple of things I want to touch on. Speedball Matt Bailey, Dynamite, and Ricochet having a double pin. Is this for the Continental? Am I right there?
It's the international one. It's Kenny's.
International. What was the fucking pin about? Why was Ricochet's head in someone's crotch? What is, like, why? I don't... It seems like I'm shitting on AEW, but, like... I've not actually watched the match, so I don't know if the match was good.
Right. Jane, one of the lad that me and John went to Burning Pro. I've been speaking to him quite a bit. And the one thing that we said was, Tony doesn't need anyone else. And I'm not saying like Speedball isn't great. He's good.
It's fantastic.
But we don't need him. We don't, realistically. You don't need another person to add to the roster, and I don't feel he's gonna. Is Speedball might be going to be the one that you're going to main event all in with? No, he's just another person that fits into your fucking cast of background players like that. It just seems like a fucking pointless signing that he didn't need to do. And he's getting the push that they all get when they first come through the door. As they'll get pushed towards a main event, and then they'll lose, and then he'll sit in the background until
so?
Yeah. He'll sit in the back
because it's going to happen. Background. What happens when Josh Alexander comes in?
I don't even want to see. He's probably an exception. He would sit in the main event for me.
Okay.
I would pay to see Josh Alexander versus Jon Moxley. I would not pay if I didn't do this channel, and I had to pay for it, to watch Mike Bailey, Speedball versus Jon Moxley.
To be fair,
or Speedball versus Edge.
Cope match, I won't fucking pay for that either.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't see Speedball as a main eventer. Josh Alexander is main event.
No, but I mean, I know what you're saying, because I did think Speedball Matt Bailey would go to AEW. I think it is a move that I think benefits him in terms of his wrestling style compared to what WWE can offer.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with you on he's not going to be main event, but like, Shelton Benjamin's not going to be main event. They signed Shelton Benjamin. He ain't going to be main event. Like, and
we don't need him either.
No, I know, but in terms of the story with the Hurt Syndicate, he fits into that.
Okay, then yeah.
Like,
yeah, he does.
Shelton Benjamin was probably the wrong person to choose. But, like, not everyone you sign needs to go to the main event. Ricochet, for me, doesn't need to go to the main event. I don't think he's... When you speak about main eventers, and you think about people coming in, Josh Alexander is a main eventer, you want to come in and try and change that. Change people's narrative on your wrestling.
Yeah.
Jordana Grace is the person you sign to get your main event for your women's division, along with Julie and Stephanie Vaquer. Ricky Starks isn't someone they signed to go into the main event. They signed him because he's young and he's got fucking years on him. Ethan Page, he's old. Well, he's older.
But I'd take Ethan Page in a heartbeat over Mike Bailey.
We would now. But if you were to give me it about 2 years ago, I would choose Speedball Mike Bailey over Ethan Page at the time. Because Speedball Mike Bailey had something more about him. I don't think he's signed Mike Bailey to be in the main event. He hasn't. He's signed Speedball Mike Bailey because he's exciting. He's something different. And it's won over WWE.
Yeah, I suppose.
He's not signing to be in the main event. When you sign someone to be in the main event, you're looking at your Romans, your Kennys, your MJFs, your Swerves.
But this is what I mean, the point in Mike Bailey in the crosshairs of the fucking god that is Kenny Omega. And he ain't on that level.
No, I know, but he's not going to... Let's face it, he ain't going to beat Kenny. But that match is going to bang. It's going to be a good match. Speedball Mike Bailey will put on a good match with anyone.
Yeah.
But if you give me Kenny, and as much as maybe John or other people want to tell me that it will be a good match, I won't want to see Ricochet versus Kenny Omega myself. I don't. I've seen Ricochet. I prefer Speedball Mike Bailey. If you give me Speedball Mike Bailey versus Kenny Omega, alright, he's not winning, but that match is a banger. And again, it comes down to he's not signed him to get the better of Kenny Omega. When Kenny drops that title, because he will, he drops it, just an example, he drops it to Daniel Garcia, then Speedball Mike Bailey will beat Daniel Garcia for that title.
Yeah.
That's what he's been signed for. Josh Alexander will be signed for the main event. He will come in and straight away make an impact in the main event. He should do. Whether Tony does that is a different matter. Hammerstone should be signed for the main event.
Yeah, he should be, yeah.
Whichever promotion he goes to. I think it's AEW. But he's not signing that's not an ex-WWE guy signing. Like we all keep telling him he needs to stop doing. So that's a fresh talent out of TNA that could have gone to WWE, but he chose to go to AEW because the wrestling is probably more suited to Speedball Mike Bailey.
Yeah.
So maybe a different way of looking at it. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the nails in the bat.
So I know John wants to talk about this, so we will probably
we will cover it again next week. We will talk about it again next week, but Stephen Richards on his YouTube channel has dissected it in a very good way. And instead of putting smoke up John Moxley's ass and said it was really good and well done for putting something on that's brave and something like that, he's turned around and gone, well, no, it could have paralysed him. If them nails, because them nails went right in. Now, hardcore wrestling is not my thing. I've never sat here once and gone, I enjoy a good hardcore proper wrestling match.
I used to love it.
Well, the needle in the mouth at All Out, the bag over the red that they did, got criticised. And you've not seen the bag since. That's not happened. The needle in the mouth was a one-time thing. It was the rivalry between Paige and Swerve.
Yeah.
Was that a step too far for yourself, or do you think it was okay for TV? Personal opinion, don't sit on the fence.
So for me, it's a step. For me, it's like the pizza cutter. So I don't want to see it. I don't mind watching it in GCW. It has its place, but for me, how do I put this? For me, it has its place on the indies. It's not a place for a mainstream. There's not a place for that on a mainstream wrestling show.
Would you have seen it on a pay-per-view? Say if it was Dynasty.
Not even that, like...
Okay.
Nah, it's a no. So for me, the light tubes, the glass, shit like that. I know this is quite hypocritical of myself because I'm one that doesn't like the same wrestling, the same weapons that we dish out all the time, and I do want to see something different. But there's a place and time for it, and for me, that bat with nails should have stayed in GCW. That's its place. It has its audience. And saying I don't think it's something. Tony has got a weird position, and so there's not a chance in hell Triple H is putting that on a WWE show because they've got kids watching.
Yeah.
Whereas AEW's got a weird audience where it's a mixed audience, but they cater more to an adult, more adult fan base and hardcore fan base. So it is more acceptable to be on. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen on an AEW show, is what I'm trying to say. But no, for me, on Tony is above that. Should realize his wrestling company is above that.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I personally, I didn't like it. I thought on your main TV show you do something like that, where kids could potentially watch.
Yeah.
And we all talk about kids nowadays and knives and guns and shit. Don't get me wrong, WWE, kendo sticks and stuff. It's a little bit different than knives, than nails into a back. Like Stevie Richards said, a couple more inches towards the spine, he's paralyzed for life and he ain't fucking wrestling ever again. There's certain things, a baseball bat full of nails, but then flimsy nails that fucking you blade yourself with, is fine. I wouldn't say it's fine, but I can handle. That, for me, was gruesome.
Yeah.
It was... watching him try and pull that out the back was horrible. Now, people have got different opinions, and that is fine. That is what wrestling's all about. But for me, I don't want to see that. I thought the bag over the head was bad. I thought the needle in the mouth was bad.
Yeah.
But not as bad as the bag. I think this takes the biscuit because of how far them nails went in. Now, I know everyone got it approved. Warner Brother Media said it was fine. But they wouldn't be saying that if it went a couple of inches towards the spine. Or it hit a nerve.
If that goes wrong and he's paralysed, everybody would be denying that they'd got the okay.
Yeah,
that would be
exactly.
Just because it went well, people put a name to it. I say, but yeah, it's
exactly. FTR at the end. Dax Edge held his hand out to be pulled up by Dax, and Dax completely ignored him and walked away. And then when Wilder, Dawson, whichever one the other one is. I always forget because they're not in WWE, and I always forget what they are in the other one.
Cash and Wheeler,
there we go. Wheeler went up to him to try and go, what's going on, and he completely blanked him and walked away. Are we getting an FTR split, or is that just storyline? He's upset with Edge because he didn't get the job done.
I think it's
because we have seen FTR wrestle.
Dax the Axe is.
We have seen them wrestle separately on Collision a few times.
Dax, yes, but I think Cash is in the mud if that happens.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
But yeah.
One more thing on AEW. Saraya, as obviously her book has recently come out.
Very good, guys. Go and get it.
Which
sponsor.
You've given me the
code.
Yeah, so I'm going to get that sorted. She got asked about making a return to WWE. Now we know the WWE guys that left WWE originally to go to AEW are slowly finding their way back to WWE. Weird that, like I said, it would happen, but, you know, we move. Ahead of the AEW contract expiring in September, Saraya was asked about a potential return to WWE in a new interview with Booker T. She said yes. So I love WWE. I don't have any negative feeling towards them. They raised me. They saved me. I just appreciate them so much, and the idea of going somewhere else was only because of the potential of my brother being there. That was like a big thing. I just wanted him to be a success in wrestling, you know. I love WWE, and I would absolutely, if there was something that they needed from me which was exciting, I would definitely go back. Yeah, absolutely. It would be silly not to. If there's an opportunity to do something fun, hell yeah, I'll jump on board.
So for me, with Saraya, aka Paige, is I would love her to go to the PC and go and become head of women's performance.
Would you not like to see go with Rhea or Io or Liv?
Yeah, oh
Bianca?
yeah. I'd love to see her wrestle again. That's
Okay.
I'd
You
say,
mean
but
after she's done?
after she's done,
Okay. Yeah, no, I
I
agree.
would love her to be the head of female, like
Head of women's wrestling.
yeah, in NXT.
Yeah, no, I
No,
agree.
like down there.
I agree. Her and Tennille Dashwood. However,
Yeah.
Tennille Dashwood had a baby, so.
She had it now.
I think so. I can't remember. RJ City has been in the news because we know he's the most important person in the world. According to RJ City, there's too much material to pass up in terms of The Undertaker. And he's not going to stop. So he says, I've always made fun of The Undertaker because I'm a believer in punching up and he's the most up guy. Legend, legacy, all this shit. Also a guy who deserves to be made fun of. I love doing it. There's a lot there. It's fun for me. No one really does it. I do it and people seem to enjoy it. Please point me towards them people. Am I the only one making fun of him? He's weird. He's a weird dead person.
I just feel that's a weird quote.
So he says, I was on somebody's podcast and offhand I said Undertaker was weird. That was the headline they put out. It turned into, I wouldn't say a big deal, but enough people were upset or angry on Twitter. I wanted to go, guys, no, I said worse things about Undertaker before. Go back and find other stuff. In other words, he's shitting on Undertaker. Who is RJ City? I know who he is. Don't tell me who he is. I know who he is. But in terms of wrestling wise, who even is he? I hated him from day one. His face annoys
to be
me.
fair, he was really nice to me all in. So I shouldn't really shit on him.
He's a twat.
He was really nice. He tried getting me and Danny Adam on camera, but the security would have been bellend at Wembley.
Cool. There is something I want to talk about with Cody, with Swerve. And I was meant to find it, and I didn't because we were doing top 5. Give me a sec, I'll edit this bit out.
Edit out.
What time we on for me to do that?
And we are on.
50.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I don't know why I said yeah, because I can't see the recording.
Yeah. Okay. So, he talks about AEW's influence on WWE talent. Swerve. So basically, he claimed that WWE helped boost the careers of Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Malachi Black, and other people that are going over to WWE. Fans flooded social media disagreeing with him. However, Strickland wasn't wasting time in firing back. He said Cody had more value because of what AEW was able to do. Same with Punk. Same with Jon Moxley coming to AEW. Ricky Starks to Saints. But many fans were having it arguing with him that stars like Rhodes and Punk were already established long before the AEW runs. Seeing the heat his take was getting, Strickland took to Twitter and said, "God forbid you like your job." That's when a fan jumped in and said, I missed something And then another user said, he said Punk and Cody's bigger because of AEW. Strickland then said, wrong, I said it increased their value. So he's gone back on what he originally said. So basically he's saying, without AEW, Cody, Punk, Moxley, Malachi, all these guys that went over that have come from WWE to AEW, then gone back to WWE by Moxley, WWE have made more famous.
So, Cody, no, is running throughout the Indies. It made him better. Ring of Honor. Let's see, AEW just gave him a bigger platform. I'll give him that, yes. CM Punk, absolutely fucking not. Let's see, not a chance. Malachi Black, I think if anything, it's hurt him.
Yeah.
It's made him less valuable, in my opinion. Who else did he say? Sorry, who
Ricky
else
Starks.
on that list? Yeah, Ricky Starks definitely. His name, he became a big name because of AEW. I'll give him that. And John Moxley.
Yeah.
John Moxley. I think it's hard with Mox because it's let Mox be more
Himself.
serious, yeah, and himself, yes, but he was already huge as the lunatic.
Ambrose, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I disagree with him on some of them. Ricky Starks, I completely agree with. I think AEW made him. They brought him in. They made him who he is. And that's why WWE wanted him so bad, because of who he was when he went off TV and wasn't seen for ages. Penta, I don't know about Penta before AEW. I know he was in TNA and he won the TNA title or the Impact World title, whatever it was at the time. And Ray Phoenix, don't know. I'm just going off some other names. Jeff Hardy, Maada, no, they were homegrown by WWE. Well, not homegrown, it was Omega Wrestling, but WWE made them who they were. Cope, no,
Absolutely not.
WWE all the way through.
Sean Benjamin, WWE.
We'll go on to that one in a minute. Mox, I agree with you. I think he was already known worldwide as Dean Ambrose. And when he left WWE, we all knew where he was going. It was obvious.
Yeah.
So I don't think AEW have made him more famous. I think he was already that anyway. Cody,
Shield, man.
Cody, I do think AEW helped him. Because I think if he was still doing indie work, I don't think WWE would have gone high. I don't think Vince would have gone to his house to go and get him. I don't think he would have got the big welcome back. Here's your theme song by Downstate that we need to pay. Here's the American Nightmare name that we need to pay to have. I don't think WWE would have done that without him being in AEW and being a MVP, was it MVP or whatever he was in
EVP.
EVP in AEW.
Yeah.
But when you look at likes of Ethan Page, I don't think AEW did anything for Ethan Page. I think it was TNA.
Yeah, exactly. TNA definitely made Ethan Page.
Trying to think anyone else that came over. Sean Spears, I think, did more for AEW. Sean Spears is a hard one actually because Ty Dillinger was over.
Yeah, he was
with the Perfect 10. I didn't watch AEW in the beginning, so I don't know what he was. I didn't know what he did. But I probably think it was AEW that probably made him more of a star. Don't know. People can disagree with me with that. Ruby Riott. I would see her in WWE rather than AEW, but she's not been seen on TV because she's had a baby. Saraya.
Yeah, exactly.
I think WWE made Saraya.
Yeah, Paige was.
And Mercedes. I think WWE made Mercedes.
To be fair, for me, if anything, AEW for me personally has shown how weak Mercedes is compared to the other women, the 4 horsewomen.
I agree. Punk, no. No. He
Punk
was...
made his name. Punk made his name before WWE.
Yeah, Ring of
Punk
Honor.
made his name in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So no, absolutely not. I'm
You're
not having
having
any of
Punk.
that. Nah.
Cool.
I know I've just fucking ripped the guy down later on in this episode, but no, he made his name well before.
Andrade. No.
Yeah, again.
WWE.
Oh.
No, I'd say, mate, NXT.
No, he was really good in NXT. Yeah, fair.
He put on bangers with Gargano and Malachi and Drew.
Yeah.
He was fucking mint. Miro, we'll just write that one off.
Modded.
Lashley and Benjamin. Benjamin, WWE. Lashley, I think WWE, to be fair.
So Lashley, I would argue with you for TNA.
I'd say WWE because he's won 2 WWE titles.
No, so what I mean is, no, before he left, when he were in ECW, then he went to TNA, where he was
No, he wasn't.
properly.
When he left, he was on Raw. He got drafted to Raw.
Oh, because he had the match with Cena. Yeah.
He got drafted to Raw and he was in 2 main events with Cena.
Yeah, and then he went.
His contract was up and he wanted more.
Yeah,
because
that's
to be
when
on the same as Cena.
Yeah.
And Vince said, "Nah, fuck off."
Yeah, and he were stuff were going off with Crystal, weren't he?
Yeah. So, but yeah, I see where you're coming from. But for me, WWE made Bobby Lashley. They gave him the platform.
Okay.
He won 2 WWE titles.
I think Bobby Lashley's a weird one. I think he's definitely not AEW. I'll put it to you like that.
There's plenty more we can go on about, but I think Swerve's wrong there. Swerve, to be fair, Swerve himself was AEW.
Yeah.
I think he was he made himself He made himself in AEW, so he can put himself into that category.
Yeah, he can.
Vince Russo, dead quick, is a twat.
Moving on.
Yeah. No, basically, I saw an article before, the other day, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday morning, that he feels like Triple H being in the Hall of Fame shouldn't happen.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because...
I'd forgot what he actually said, and now
well, there's 2 things.
Yeah.
One, Triple H being in the Hall of Fame shouldn't happen because he's in charge, and there's no way he didn't know about it going in. But if you watch the video, Triple H didn't know he was going into the Hall of Fame. You can fucking tell by his face. Especially when Stephanie walks out, and he looks like he's about to cry. Yeah. So, fuck you, Vince. The other one is Michael Cole was better under Vince McMahon.
He's on crack.
Now, I'll tell you why he isn't. You would never, ever get Vince McMahon mentioned in New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA. Even if they've got a partnership, he would never mention it at TNA on Raw or SmackDown.
It was more Mauro Ranallo that used to do that.
Yeah, that's because Triple H was in charge of NXT.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get the freedom that Cole has now. He's having fun. He said it himself. Under Vince, it was, this is it. This is what you've got to do. You're not happy. See you in a bit. There's the door. Whereas Triple H has gone, have fun.
So one of my favourite things on Raw every week is him doing the fucking handshake with Jay. And it makes me laugh every week. And it's just great. Like yesterday was one with Jimmy, where he caught him out.
He mixed it
and he went, then he went, oh no, he caught me out with that one. It's just fun stuff like that. I don't think Pat would be half as good under Vince. No,
I agree. Pat would be shit. I think the only person that'll probably do well under Vince would be Joe.
Yeah.
I think he probably needs Vince at this point to tell him to smile a bit more and put some energy into it.
I don't think Joe would be there.
Do you not?
Under Vince.
Probably not.
Vince would have had his shot, and he would have been moved on. by now.
Jim Cornette has also been in the news.
For fuck's
And
sake,
has claimed that Adam
what's Jim?
Copeland has damaged his reputation by going to AEW instead of staying in WWE and being a WWE legend. He says Edge could have retired after WWE and still being a big star, and people would have fond thoughts of him. He's going to get probably another $10 million or so out of his little run in AEW, but he has damaged his reputation if he gives a shit about that. I don't think he's damaged his reputation. I don't think Edge can damage his reputation unless he does something OTT.
His reputation as a person, no. His legacy as a wrestler.
I don't think he's done anything for it. I think when you think about Edge, when he retires, I think his AEW run, it just won't get spoken about. It won't.
Yeah. Fair.
So
that's what I mean.
Yeah. So, for instance, we look at... trying to think, someone that's had an impact on AEW from Cody Rhodes. When Cody retires, we're all gonna say he was in WWE, he left WWE, went to New Japan and Independence, he made AEW, and then he went back to WWE and became a bigger star than he ever was.
Yeah, that's how the narrative's
CM Punk, Ring of Honor, TNA, WWE, left, became a bitch, went to AEW, became a bigger bitch. Left AEW, went to WWE, even more of a bigger bitch. Whereas you'll go Edge, WWE run, absolutely amazing. Had to retire, came back in 2020, had great matches with Roman and Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Sheamus, AJ, Damian Priest, Finn Balor. That was it.
Yeah.
Oh, the cage match against Malachi Black when he broke his...
Oh, actually, yeah. Fair.
That was it. That's all you'll talk about. Because the rest of the run in AEW has been poor.
Fair enough.
As an Edge fan. Oh, shit, my phone. Give me a sec. My phone's going off on me. Hall of Fame. We love the Hall of Fame. Well, some people do. Chris Jericho doesn't. Hall of Fame, there's been a new induction. Earthquake and Typhoon have been announced for the WWE Hall of Fame. Demolition we all thought was going to be the ones being in. However, they've just recently signed a contract and probably said, we'll do you next year.
Give it a year. Yeah.
To get people to know who Demolition is again.
The natural disasters deserve it. John... what's his fucking name? Earthquake. His real name. His name's John something. Because I watched his... John
Tenta.
That's the one.
And Fred Ottman.
That's, yeah. John, Earthquake especially, I watched I can't... Is it a Dark Side of the Ring he's got? Or is it a
I didn't watch Dark Side of the Ring.
So he had an episode about his life, and he come across as such a gentle giant. He was absolutely lovely. I think it was Dark Side of the Ring, you know. So he came across as such a lovely person that did so much for like kids and things backstage. And so it was just nice. So it's good to see someone like that finally get his flowers, because he had like rivalries with all sorts of people back in the day, like Hogan, all the big names. Say for Earthquake. I know his WCW run weren't great. When they were dressed as a shark, but it is what it is.
I didn't know, by the way, sumo wrestlers are called Rikishis, and that's why Rikishi's called Rikishi. Did not know that. Just found out.
Yeah, because he did sumo wrestling. John Tant.
He did. He was 7-0. Retired. Yeah. No, agreed. Well deserved to go into the WWE Hall of Fame. There's plenty of people that need to go in, but the Natural Disasters are one that you can't frown upon. They are a legendary tag team, and John Tenta, like you said, has gone on and done different things as well. Well deserved.
Yeah, it is.
Well deserved. Last thing we want to talk about, they're quick, is Raw. Raw was last night.
Good episode of Raw, to be fair.
I thought it was alright. I didn't think it was anything special. However, WWE have been criticised, as usual,
No.
because of El Grande Americano. Now, wait for it. This is gets funnier, Ted. Gets funnier. Did you know that promo package they cut on El Grande Americano was done by AI? Did you know that?
No.
Wow. Yeah. So
No.
that's why they have been criticised, because WWE used AI and
Get
not
out
done
of
it themselves. People are upset, genuinely upset, that WWE have used AI and not done it themselves. Anyway, we move. In the Continental title scene, Ted, what can you see at Mania?
It's fucking wild.
It fucking is, isn't it? I think...
I swear to God, at one point last night on Raw, even though we were live streaming it, I thought I was in the picture at one point. I'd say there's that many
I'm
people.
in the thick of it and everybody knows.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it in every video I can now. So, I think this is the strongest mid-card division WWE have ever had.
Yeah. I'd say
Kaiser,
all for a long
Sheamus,
time.
Dunn, Braun, Ilya when he comes back, Penta,
Dom, Finn.
Dom, Finn, Ray,
Who else? Yeah.
Dragon Lee, if you want to put Dragon Lee in it, Gable. There's 11.
Otis.
I won't put always in mid card.
Tozawa.
I put him in lower card. Well, GM mode, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's so strong, and there's only Logan Paul.
Yeah, Logan.
There's only one way I can see this going. Brown
It's gonna be a
panties.
bloody-
No.
I knew I was gonna go. It's bloody War. No, it's not. It's not.
War
it's
Games.
not November. It's not bloody War Games. It's
I
Here
think
Comes
it's
the
a ladder
Money.
match. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be a multi-man ladder match. Now, there's probably going to be about 5 or 6 or 7 in there. So,
I think we could get 8.
I don't think they'll go for. I think they'll go for 7. I think you'll have Sheamus, Defo. Well, you got to have Bronx. He's the champ. So
Yeah.
Braun, Sheamus,
Penta,
Penta. Penta is not going to be at WrestleMania. Kaiser. I think you got to have Pete Dunne in there. I think for the work he's done since Tyler Bates been injured. Finn and Dom.
Dom. Yeah.
I think that's who you put in that match.
And JD McDonough.
He's injured.
Oh.
Future world champ. He'll come out during the Cena match
Okay.
and injure himself. Yeah, I think that's who you put in there. I think that's perfect. You've got stories with them all of what's going on, but you're also watching for Dom and Finn and what they do. We spoke about, obviously, the US title side with Ray Phoenix, Malachi maybe, or, whatever they're going to do over there. But I think Raw, is certain that's what's going to happen. With the way
You said
going.
all right.
No, it's a great thing to have. When you've got that many people ready, it's a good thing to have. I have put Cody and Cena. Because you said something last night that you said the week before that Cody needs to come out and go to blows. And me and John sat there and was like, I don't think he does. I still don't think he does. I think it's fine the way it is. I don't agree with this narrative that Cody can't go on the mic. I don't think he's strong, but I don't think he's weak. I think he's mid. But he will get outdone by Cena.
Yeah, he would do, yeah.
By miles.
The only person I could see that keeps up with Cena now, it'd be MJF. Maybe CM Punk. Oh, yeah,
Roman, Seth, Punk. Gunther. Drew.
Actually, when I think about this,
maybe take Gunther out.
Put Drew in, though.
Drew's definitely them 3. Roman, Seth, Punk, Defo. Drew, Defo.
I'd like to see Roman
Sammy.
go back and forth with Punk.
Sammy and KO.
Yeah. I want to see Roman. I'd love to see Roman go back and forth with Cena now.
Yeah, now it's all well, we saw it, didn't we, in 2021
Yeah.
when they had the feud. But the only reason I brought it up is because I feel like they're taking the shine away from Jay and Gunther.
Oh, all day. It needs to be fucking SmackDown, where Cody's title's supposed to be. Leave Raw alone. Raw's only 2 hours. You've got 3 hours to fucking cover.
Yeah,
I know.
agree.
It's a bit of a... But yeah, I just feel it needs to be over on SmackDown.
Yeah,
So
I agree. There's only 2 feuds that should go back and forth from Raw and SmackDown, and that is the triple threat between Roman, Seth, and Crybaby, and Bianca, Io, Rhea, because Bianca's on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Then the only 2 that live because she's living Rick out because of the women's tag titles, so they need to be on both shows, all 3 shows. But apart from that, that's it. So Cody and Cena being on Raw hurts Jay and Gunther. That Raw should all be built around Jay and Gunther. It is the world title. Ginger's just gone live.
Yeah. So I've just seen it pop up on my watch. So for me, it'd be like knowing Triple H was like top star on Raw.
Yeah.
And JBL was top star on SmackDown. It'd be like Triple H go to SmackDown every week, and just outdoing JBL. People wouldn't care. It's hard because I know fact that Netflix are going to be in the background chiming saying they want Cody on the show, they want Cena on the show, and I get the limitations. I'm not stupid about the business side of things. But it needs to be a case where Triple H can turn around and go, "Whoa, hang on, as a one-off."
Wait a minute.
So what I'm hoping is that after this European tour's done, we go back to Cody on SmackDown. They don't come to Raw until maybe after Mania.
Yeah.
I don't mind after Mania if Cody retains, if we have Cena and Jay, Cody and Jay in a tag team against fucking Gunther and Cena, something like that, then he can be on Raw.
Yeah, I agree.
So I haven't got a problem with that. Like they did with Kofi and Seth on when they both won. They say they had the tag team match against X. They say I don't really mind, but I don't want to see Cody on Raw when he doesn't need to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Or just tell us if that's the case then. If Cody can do what he wants because of his belt.
Yeah, I agree. And women's world title scene hotting up.
Yeah.
Next week we have Bianca. No, we don't. We have Rhea and Io in a match with Bianca as the referee. Obviously, Pierce has said it's not a triple threat match. Rhea putting a signature on there doesn't count, even though it does. It's a contract. We definitely getting the triple threat next week. Gonna be announced.
Yeah, there's gonna be shenanigans. I think Bianca took a bump to the head because when she come backstage after that promo,
She have a fucking clue who her opponent was.
Yeah, even though Pierce had just spelled it out for everyone. And also, can someone grab Pierce a beer? Like he needs a mid-strength beer. Is he? Bless him. He had a bad night last night. Can someone? I just want to make sure that he's okay.
He needs something.
He looked very stressed.
Oh. He needs to take some tips out of Nick Aldis' book.
He does. So he should use some of that English charm.
Speaking of Jey Uso, by the way, breaking news.
Oh.
It's not good. Don't you worry. It's not good whatsoever. It'll probably make you hate Jey and want Gunther to win the match. He wants a certain somebody to come, who has worked with NXT, to come to the main roster and do an entrance with him at WrestleMania 41.
Don't you fucking dare.
He says, the former Intercontinental Champion mentioned that he would prefer a female rapper named Cardi B and this person as potential choices. He also considered Kendrick Lamar.
Right,
says,
I'd be so happy if him and
He
Kendrick
says,
Lamar.
I want a female rapper, Oos. Cardi B, we out there in New York. You know what I'm saying? Sexy Red. You've been down there a couple of times at NXT. You can yeet with me up here on Raw. Kendrick Lamar, shout out to. Ted's gone, ladies and gents. That is the end of the Wrestling Fellas. We are broke, Ted. The end of the Wrestling Fellas. John's gone. Ted's going. That's just me now. Next week it'll be the main event. Me talking to myself. Sexy Red, it looks like. So she turned down a full-time deal with WWE last year, Sexy Red.
Who's offering that?
Triple H. However, an opportunity to perform at WrestleMania 41, one of the biggest stages in entertainment, could entice her to sign that contract.
Right, Trips. Don't do it. Please.
Sexy Red at WrestleMania. Shaking the booty.
Can we... Right, fuck it. If you're signing Sexy
Ted's
Red,
going off on
I want you signing Pitbull. I want Mr. Worldwide on
Pitbull's
payroll.
good, mate. Pitbull's good.
That's what I mean. I want someone of equal quality.
Who sang Red Light, Green Light? It was Flowrider, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Pitbull and Flowrider and CeeLo Green.
Because that's, you know why?
See that live. Got a live performance.
Oh yeah, you went to that WrestleMania. You know, Luke Littler comes out to that music.
So you went to Mania 33.
He went to that Mania as well. That's why he comes out to that to Red Light, Green Light. Ilya Dragunov.
Same hotels, mate.
Did you meet him? Did you not? You didn't even fucking know who he was at the time. Last bit before we close up the show. Ilya Dragunov. This is fucking John. This coming off on me when he pronounces names. Ilya Dragunov got injured at the hands of Bron Breakker after he injured someone, Ricochet. However, people have been questioning when he's back. Is it anytime soon? We know he's been at the Performance Center. Excuse me. While speaking on the post Monday Night Raw show, Sean Rossap was asked about Ilya Dragunov's current in-ring status. He noted that WWE felt Ilya... John, I hate you. Ilya Dragunov was a bit ahead of schedule, but noted that recovery timelines can often be unpredictable. He also said that he felt Ilya was a bit ahead of schedule, but all that stuff can be touch and go. As reported earlier, Ilya Dragunov had been active training for his in-ring return at the Performance Center and not wearing any support gear with an injury. So, probably not after WrestleMania, for me.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
I just remembered, I just thought of a top 5.
John already said it 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
So, that's something you need to do while you're in Japan.
Okay.
But, folks, an hour and 20 minutes. We've not really cut down time. It's the same as last week, so doing an agenda don't really do anything.
I think it just helps me out. It's keeping me on track.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. We really appreciate you being here. As usual, go and follow all the socials. We have Wrestling Fellas everywhere, as in the background there. Done by our great creative people over at the Wrestling Fellas headquarters, aka me. Go and follow all the socials. We really appreciate you. Go and follow TikTok. We go live every Monday for Raw. Either NXT or SmackDown. Recently, it's been a lot of NXT, but next week I think is SmackDown.
Good luck.
Every pay-per-view for AEW, WWE, and NXT. We will be live for Dynasty. Well, the two fellas will be. I won't be. I'm not doing it. It made me ill last time, so I'm not doing it again. I fucking did it. It goes on forever.
Tony killed Matt.
It goes on forever. Even though last pay-per-view was good, it goes on forever. Fellas will be live for Dynasty. Go and join them for that when they are live on the 6th. I won't be. We will play Man City that day. And if we lose, I'll be in a bad mood, so that's definitely not.
City.
Yeah. Cheaters.
Kidding.
Yeah, WrestleMania week's coming. We've got a load of stuff going out. I am live literally every single day bar one day, and even that day I might go live to do some, to show you some wrestling memorabilia and stuff I've got. So come join us for that. GM Mode went out yesterday. Go and join us for GM Mode. Go and get your thoughts on GM Mode. Who you think's gonna win? Moment Ted's in the lead. Will that change going into week 3 and 4? Going into the pay-per-view? We don't know. We'll have to check it out. Will Ted have a paddy about power cards? We don't know. You'll have to go and find out.
Nah.
But yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Really appreciate you. John, we hope you're all good and we hope everything's going all right for you. We'll see you next week, fella. Join us Thursday for Top 5. Until next time, peace.